Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been before. So today I wanted to open a couple of decks, and I know in my most recent video I said I wasn't going to get any more decks, but these were actually decks that I ordered prior to my purchasing cutoff, which I'm on now. I'm not buying any more at the moment for a while, but I am visiting my mum again in the UK, and I've had a couple of decks waiting for me to pick up when I got here. So I've got like 3 RWS and 3 Marseille, but basically these are the 3 RWS ones. I won't show you the box there, it's still got my address on. But yeah, I got the Ostara, which I've been wanting actually for ages, because I actually quite like collaborative decks. So I wanted to have a look at this one. The art looks amazing, and it's super cheap. I mean, I know quite a lot of people bought it and then didn't get on with it because of the collaborative nature. People find it jarring, I think, if there's more than one art style, but I don't mind that. So yeah, you can get it super cheap online from people who've, obviously bought it and then not enjoyed it so much. And I've checked it through, it's got all the cards, the condition's really good. But yeah, it's second-hand, Momox, I think I got it from. And I've flicked through, some of the cards are absolutely gorgeous. The book looks really nice and useful. And the artists are, sorry, the light's a bit funny in here. Let me see if I can get some more light. I don't want it to glare there. But yeah, the artists are really amazing. There are some cards that I prefer more than others, but I think, you always prefer some cards over others in a tarot deck. Even in the Marseille, there's like, some of the kings are a bit weird in my opinion. So yeah, it's just a really beautiful art deck, and I haven't tried drawing with it yet. I'll probably put this on one side. I think it was only about £6 or £5 or something plus postage. Yeah, so it's £6 altogether, I think. And look at that, that's a really nice emperor, I think. And obviously illustrated pips. This style, one of the artists has a very recognisable style like that. And then this sort of more dreamy one as well. This is the Hanged Man. I like that one with pumpkins. Reminds me of, what's it called? Skyrim puzzles or something. These glyphs on the tree. That death card's very interesting. Yeah, so, and I love the devil. So I'm really pleased to have this. Like I say, I've been wanting it for ages, and just saw how cheap it was second-hand. I was a bit worried about picking it up because I thought maybe it would be a bit large for my luggage, but it's actually not as big as I thought. The book's quite small actually. It has all the information that you need for each card, but yeah, it's quite a nice little box set. Look at that lovely frog. I love him. I love frogs generally. And yeah, so the pips are animal illustrations, I believe, in the majors. See, there's animals, but also with people. This is also beautiful, the ladders. So yeah, very happy. There's obviously a lot of walkthroughs of this deck online, but if and when I get around to using it, then yeah, maybe I'll report back on that, and how I find it with the mixed art styles in the deck. And then the second one is this Yokai Tarot, and it's an older deck. It's not brand new. I can't remember what year it is actually. 2023, so it's only a couple of years old, and it's in French, but that's fine. My French isn't very good, but I do have some French, and yeah, you've obviously got like Google Translate these days. Makes life very easy. But actually the reason that I got this one, so there's quite a few sort of Japanese tarots about that you can choose from. Some were pips, some were fully illustrated. This one's fully illustrated. And there's the other tarot Yokai, or Yokai Tarot, which is a more recent deck. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Which I liked the look of, but when I saw a walkthrough of these ones, they spoke to me about the archetypes without my needing to, refer to a book. And the art style as well reminds me more of some of the Studio Ghibli movie styles that I really like. I can't remember the name of the movie that has the fox. What's it called? I'll put it up on the screen, but there's a really cool movie. Is it Princess Mononoke, I think? Has the fox and the princess in it, and I love that, and this reminded me straight away of that. And some of the images are, they're quite weird, and I like that. So I was looking for a deck with slightly weird images that reminded me of some of those movies that I really enjoy. And obviously then, if you do want to find out more about the Japanese myths that informed these images, then you can translate the booklet. So the illustrator himself is not Japanese, Matthew Mayer, but I think he's been living there a long time, and he's drawing on Japanese art styles in his illustrations. So there you've got the book. There's quite a lot of information again for each of the cards. Now the one drawback that I was aware of when I bought the deck is that apparently the cardstock is quite thin. Oh, it's not that bad. There were quite a few reviews of it saying the cardstock was terrible, but I do not find that terrible actually. I mean, it's mattish. That's really nice actually. I like it. Well, that's a relief. Oh, it's back to front. Interesting. So, let's just have a look at some of them. I'm not going to do a full walkthrough, but they're really interesting cards. Yeah, sorry about the light. See again. I don't want it to kind of be two-tone, but it is anyway. The Magician, the High Priestess or Papess, and that's Kitsune, the nine-tailed fox, which was on the front of the book as well. So I know a little bit about some of these Japanese myths, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into the guidebook. Empress. See, I don't know anything about that image, for example. But they're really cool. And the Emperor. Wow, reminds me of some characters. in the Ghibli movies. This, I think this is what sold me. Look at that. The Pope, and it's a cow with a head on its stomach. It's so cool. Three-eyed sort of lion cow with 3 heads, it looks like, and fire feet. I need to know more. Oh yeah, and the wedding. This is the fox's wedding. I read something about that one. So yeah, I am very curious, and I think I'm going to enjoy getting into these images. Let's just jump forward a bit. The sun, beautiful. And that was one of the freaky ones. I didn't really like that one when I saw the walkthrough. I tried not to watch all the cards in the walkthroughs. Look at that, that's brilliant. Like a little swamp monster for the 7 of Swords. Love it. Yeah, oh, I'm really pleased actually, because this card stock is much better than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be glossy and really like thin and bendy, and it's not that at all. It's matte and quite a nice, I mean, it feels like 320 maybe even more. Not bad at all. So that is very exciting. I've just got these all out of order, haven't I? Anyway, I could sort that out later. But yeah, so that is one of the new decks that I got, and it filled that gap in my collection where I really wanted a Yokai tarot. I like the size of the cards as well. They're quite long, you know, big. Now the sun's really causing some problems. Okay, now the third deck, some of you might not like this because it does use some AI. Now, I want to say straight away the basis of the images are analogue photographs by the artist, but then she apparently uses, and she's quite upfront about this in her website and her Instagram, she uses AI to add elements to those photographs, particularly animals, because she said she can't capture the animals in real life the way that she wants to include them on the photographs. So she uses her own photographs and then, yeah, uses AI elements on top of that. I think she might do some sort of atmosphere manipulation using digital tools as well. And I'm not, you know, I'm not keen on AI in general, and certainly not decks that are entirely generated by a set of prompts. I'm very anti those kinds of decks, and decks that have like weird, you know, 6-fingered people and stuff. But I did look into this quite a lot because I love the theme. So I dug around and found out about how she did her creations and everything, and I decided that I still wanted it, because she uses her own photographs, and yeah, and I think it's pretty stunning. So I'm a bit stuck here. I can't open the box. Give me a second. Okay, geez, that was tricky. I actually managed to cut my thumb as well. So this is a deck for Halloween, and it's got blood on it already. Anyway, so I think this comes from Kazakhstan. And wow, that's really nicely packaged as well. Look at that. With a wax seal. So this is the Bird King Tarot. Yeah, and it reminds me of my favourite book, which I've spoken about before on my channel, which is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. And the world building is really interesting. So it's this sort of post-apocalyptic world with no humans, and the animals have kind of taken over. Oh, I don't want to break that seal, it's too nice. I'm going to slide it out. It's mushrooms. That's cool. Yeah, so that's the store, Modern Magic store. And it's the Bird King Tarot. And you're entering the realm of Bird King Tarot. It's a mystical post-apocalyptic forest, haunting and comforting at the same time. Echoes of Slavic folk tales and beliefs. Yeah, so they're from Kazakhstan, as I say. Connected with ancient cults of the King of the Birds, a shaman and a messenger of the gods. This deck was made for communication with spirits, but is suitable for any topic and any kinds of tarot reading. And it's Kvost and Lida Pavlova. So I think she's the artist leader, and Modern Magic Press. And she says they're created using AI, digital graphics, and analog photography. So the analog photography is her photos, which form the basis of the images. So, yeah, I'm hoping that the AI isn't going to be too sort of disruptive. I do like that pink pouch for the Yokai Tarot. Ooh, I'm quite excited about this one. And like I say, I'm not pro AI by any means, but I think if used in the right way, it can be the same as other digital tools. When the birds sing, do you actually listen? A feather in the bottom. Modern Magic Press. The box is really nice. Nice hard box. Wasn't cheap. This deck is an authentic original if you've bought it from Modern Magic Press or its official resellers. Beware of fake copies and the goose with a knife. The Bird King. So, and this is His Majesty the Bird King's Certificate of Authenticity. So, yeah, it was the sort of evocative, sort of foggy, spooky images. Okay, so the Bird King is an extra card. And so that bird would be one of the AI images, but I don't find that disturbing. A bird wearing a crown. It's a black bird. Hey, it's not a crow because it's got a yellow beak. I thought the Bird King was a crow, but it's not. The Fool. I've seen that one when I was doing my research. A little duck about to jump in a drain. Oh, I like this. The cardstock's really nice. It's gilded with green gloss shiny green gilding. And they are glossy images. But honestly, with photography, I find gloss to be in some ways better because the images are crisper. A magician. Yeah, so there are people in the deck, but it's this kind of post-apocalyptic world. I'll have to read a bit more about it from the website. High Priestess. There's no book with it. The Emperor. That's beautiful. So that is a raven or a crow. Oh, I really like it. The Hierophant. So you can see it's analog photography. You can see these are real photos. The Lovers. It's also. And then the Chariot. bird in a cart. Wow, justice. So the photograph would be hers, and then the image of the animal would be AI or digital manipulation. The hermit. Oh, I love him. This dark owl in a tree. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole deck. The Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, that's the kind of apocalyptic thing. So that Earth has like a hole in it. I don't know if you can see very well in this light, because the cards are a little dark. Strength. The Hanged Man. Oh, I love this. Death. Oh, and Temperance. Look at that. Mushrooms and moss. And a moose. That is a great Temperance card. And the Devil. The Tower is a forest on fire. The Star. Yeah, these sort of mutated animals in the post-apocalypse. And the Moon. Wow. In a fairy ring. Bunny in a fairy ring. Also, I think that's probably an analogue photograph. Judgment. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I'm very happy. I love photography. I mean, I've been a photographer most of my life. My father was a photographer. He was mainly architectural. And I've been wanting a really good kind of photographic deck. So this speaks to that, as well as my obsession with the Raven King from Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. 6 of Wands. And a little hedgehog. Oh, I love him. Okay, I really will stop now. Let's just skip to some swords. Oh wow, 3 of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit with this. Go through it in my own time. 2 of Cups, sorry. You can see there that the deer is digital, but it's not in a disturbing way, I don't think. No different than, having a collage deck. In terms of, how the images kind of, how the digital and the analog relate to each other, if you know what I mean. And I know there are other reasons to be opposed to AI, the effect on artists and the use of images without consent and all of those things. But again, I think the reason that this felt okay was because it does use her photography. Queen of Cups as the basis for the images. Ace of Pentacles, that's really nice. Pentacles are my favourite suit. Oh, I'm sorry about the light. The cards are sort of easier to see in person, There's bees, 8 of Pentacles, 9. Yeah, these sort of animals that have, and the 10, I love that one. These animals that have taken over abandoned human structures in the post-apocalypse. And then I think all of the courts have crowns, birds with crowns, love it. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm very glad I got it. Like I say, I was a bit worried that the AI would be disruptive, but I don't think it is. I think it's really nicely put together actually as a deck. Okay, so that is the 3 new RWS based decks that I've picked up, and yeah, I'm going to stop for now. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to do the other half of the haul video. I mean, I've collected these decks over a few weeks and a couple of months really, and but I'm picking them all up at the moment, so that's why there's a few collected. But anyway, so yeah, I've got 4 new like Tarot de Marseille type decks. So the first one is this lovely little deck by Emmanuelle Iger, and she's done various really nice decks. She did a Minchiati. I haven't got that one, but yeah, she did like a restored Minchiati, and yeah, anyway, a couple of other decks. But this is the box, quite a nice little magnetic box. Unfortunately, mine was damaged on the way, but the cards weren't. They were secure in the middle, and yeah, I don't have time to send it back, so it's fine. I probably won't keep it in the box anyway. Well, I might do actually. It's not a very big box, and it comes with a little book, and the little book's quite useful. It's in French, but obviously quite easy to translate with Google Translate if you don't read French, and it gives a nice little history of the Conver itself, and that's what this deck is. So it's a facsimile, I think slightly tidied up facsimile of the Nicholas Conver. I've already shuffled it because it's a lovely deck. So I saw this on Musings by Masha, and she said it's a really nice size, and I like the gilding as well, so I thought I'd pick that one up. It's not very expensive and just really pretty. Yeah, this lovely gilding, the cardstock's really nice, nice and springy, and the colours are lovely. It's this sort of almost ochre orange, and yeah, it's a facsimile. It's the original Conver. So I've got a couple of things based on Conver. I've got what's it called? The Fournier multicoloured one, I think, is based on the Conver, and then I drew my own deck based on digital images of the Conver that I got from various museum websites. So I know the Conver very well, but I didn't have a facsimile of it. So I wanted one, and now I've got one, and it's a really nice one. And I love the small size. I've mentioned it in a couple of other videos, but I'm really enjoying small size decks at the moment. So yeah, the Conver is it's just a really nice example of a traditional Tarot de Marseille, and lots of decks have been based on it. So that's one which I'm very happy with. And then, oh yeah, and I think it was Ina from Taproot Tarot posted a video recently about the Conver and some decks that were based on it. So that's a really good watch if you haven't seen it yet. And the next one is this, the Lombardische Tarot. So it's a German book. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the book. Well, I want to, but I've got to get everything home, so it's a bit large. Maybe I'll leave it and bring it at Christmas. But the deck itself is included in the book. So this is Peter Ortman. It was completely wrapped, so it wasn't a second-hand copy. And I can't remember the production date. Peter Ortman he's a hypnotherapist and an author of esoteric books. And there isn't much in the book itself from what I could see about the deck. It sort of talks about what is the tarot and how to read the tarot, but it doesn't really talk much about the Lombardy tarot itself that this is based on. Ah, yeah, so it's quite old, it's 1998. So it's a kind of vintage, I suppose. But it comes in two little packs, and again, it's quite a small deck, very, very pretty. And I saw this on Ina's channel on Taproot Tarot originally, and I love the colours. I'm for some reason really into orange decks at the moment. I was in a charity shop yesterday and found this little pouch, which I think it's going to fit quite nicely in. A little second-hand pouch from British Red Cross. Yeah, so the orange colours are really nice in this, and it's the dots, like the Bologna dots. If I'm right, I think this was actually printed in Trieste when I was reading about it. But I'll have another look and check on that. But yeah, there's the majors. Yeah, it's a facsimile, and it's an Italian style Marseille, basically. And it's very nice. Oh, I like temperance. Oh, he's really already crashed. Merlin. Yeah, there's one more. So I am on a hold now on, these are nice with just the solid block colours on the batons. I'm sort of on a hold now on buying until, I've got a couple of decks like on pre-order, but until Christmas. But the one that I keep looking at, and I'm a bit worried because it looks like the stock's going down, is the Alcigno Minchiati. And that one is, and that one is also, it's got lovely oranges and greens, and I really like it. I was hoping that this would scratch my orange deck itch, but I think I still want the Alcigno anyway. But I'll see about that. So yeah, that's the second. Sort that out in a minute, and then the other two I'm not really going to show you in any depth. There are walkthroughs of both of these already, and so I'm not going to do any kind of walkthrough. But this is the I can't get it out. This is the Matronua, which was a tarot tube made me do it, but I'm very glad I did. So hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, this is the amazing Tarocchi Italiani by Valentina De Luca, and it's the beautiful hand-painted Marseille that she painted based on, I think she used people she knew as models. So I got number 890 out of 1,000 if you want a copy. I think they're going quite fast. And yeah, the paper is lovely. It's this sort of, I don't know, natural kind of printing, and yeah, and her paintings are just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't get the one with the extra tower, the lightning card with the goats under the tree, which I'd have loved that card, but I did get an extra devil, I think, and an extra moon. I think there's like 4 extra cards that you can decide which one you want. Yeah, and I think a lot of the models were people that she knew. So these were all hand paintings, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, there's 2 lovers. Love, or the more traditional Marseille lovers. And this one, yeah, is gorgeous, isn't it? I love the horses in this. I think I was Injustice. Wow. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. There's 2 hermits. I love Father Time. I think I'll probably use him. But yeah, there are walkthroughs out there, and so I'm not going to do that. And then, but it's gorgeous. I'm really glad to have it. And then the last one, I'm also not going to do a walkthrough because I'm planning to use this for Drop 'em 78, which is when you like do 1 card a day for 78 days. And actually it's going to be tricky because this deck has more than 78 cards. But this is the Eliphas Levi by Marco Benedetti, and I've been wanting a Marco Benedetti for ages. There you go, look. So yeah, these were this one and the Matroneux are really my 2 investments. So this deck has extra cards that Eliphas Levi designed himself, and then it's based on, it's just an absolutely amazing deck, and it's based on a Marseille by Suzanne Bernardine, I think is her name, yeah, Suzanne Bernardine. But he's added all sorts of things to it. I mean, you can see in her deck the faces were white, so he's added kind of painterly details to the faces, and then he's also added Hebrew writing and some French and various sort of symbols and basically correlations, associations, and so on. Initiatable, the initiate. This is the letter Aleph, which is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So he's done all of the esoteric correspondences that will later become sort of worked into decks like Thoth and Rider-Waite-Smith and so on. So it's just an amazing, first of all, printing, amazing quality deck. A historical document. You can see he's drawn the Hebrew letter Aleph into the shape of the magician, and here the letter Bet. So I want to do like a real deep dive of this one alongside some other decks, and yeah, I thought Drop 'em 78 might be a good opportunity. There's the moon, Beatrix, you see he's added all this detail, and each of these cards needs a proper study. So yeah, I think what I'll try and do is like a little short for 78 days. I don't know if I can keep that up, but I'll certainly try and at least in private look at one of these cards every day for 78 days. The amount of detail is crazy. And I mean, the Suzanne Bernardine deck itself is beautiful, so yeah. So there we go. Let's just have a quick look at some quartz if we can. That's all majors. Not quartz, I mean minors. See, he's still got all this detail on the minors. It's in tiny little French writing, so I'm going to have to get my glasses out. But yeah, it's just incredible. So thank you, Marco, for sending me that one. And the numerical associations, yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of cross-referencing for this deck. And this is in a handmade wooden box. There's a little booklet with it as well, which I've yet to read. So I'm excited about that one. So that's my full Marseille, and then I had 3 RWS as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. And yeah, let me know if you do want any in-depth walkthroughs. As I say, I'll be doing the Eliphas Levi anyway. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice week. Bye.